Let me get back to my little space here and make sure everybody can see me good. I think it's working. I think it looks okay. All right, perfect. So let's just go ahead and get comfortable. Get your items just, you know, a nice place. Get your mat comfortable. If you still need to grab a blanket or a pillow or a block or whatever you need, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, once you're ready, let's go ahead and just make our way onto the back body. Just get nice and comfortable. Take your time. So I have a bolster, but pillows work great. And then another prop too, I have a strap, but I was gonna say even for next week, just if you grab a belt or a rope, a dog leash, anything at all that you have laying around at home works great too. And maybe we'll do a little work next week with that. So don't need one for this week, but next week it's a nice prop to have. So go ahead and just get comfortable and make your way onto the back body. I'm gonna use my blanket to support my head this morning. And just take your time and just open up the arms. If that feels good, if it feels better to rest the palms on the belly, that's perfectly fine too. Both are great options, but just close the eyes, take a little bit of time, get comfortable, shake the little wiggles out in the body. Close the eyes and then just begin to notice your breath. Just feel how the breath is coming into the body this morning. And begin to notice the body as we do this. Just notice where there might be any tension that we're holding on to. See if you can visualize the breath going into wherever that may be. And as you exhale, just envision it softening. Just letting go of any tension, anything at all. Envision the breath moving into the hands, into the fingers, into the feet, into the toes. And to deepen the breath so that when you take a full breath in, really feel the belly and the chest lift, and then pull even just a little bit more air in. And even slower, just let that breath go. So see if you can lengthen out the inhalations and even longer the exhalations. Really slowly, just let that breath go. So if you begin to create that Ujjayi Pranayama breath, that whisper tone where we sound like we're fogging a mirror with the lips sealed, that really helps with lengthening out the breath. Breath becomes audible to you. Just take several breaths like this. Still envision just sweeping through the body with the breath, cleansing out any tension, and then same with whatever might be on the mind. If we're holding on to any tension, any chaos, anything like that, just envision this breath coming into the mind and sweeping it away, letting it go. Just take about 5 or so cycles of breath right here. Just creating a blank canvas for your practice this morning. When you find the mind beginning to wander, which it will, into the past or into the future throughout your practice, and even just throughout your day, you can always come back to this breath. Always just, when you notice that, come back to the breath. And then let the breath almost ignite some movement into the hands. Begin to roll the wrists out. Begin to roll the ankles out. Oh, take a full body stretch when you're ready. You can pedal the feet. Spread the palms and the toes. Just do what feels nice here. And then create that goalpost arm with the elbows and back of the hands on the earth. Just feel the chest really open. Let the shoulders melt. Go ahead and take that full body stretch one more time. Just reach, 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 reach. And then float the arms up and overhead and down by the sides of the body. And then you can take the knees and bend them. Just lift the hips up just a tiny little bit and then place them back down to encourage some extra length through the body. Soles of the feet just on the mat. And then go ahead and just a little gentle side to side with the knees. Nice, gentle windshield wiper. Go ahead and just bring the knees in towards the chest when you're ready. Give yourself a gentle hug, a little rock back and forth on the low back. If that feels good. Reach the feet up towards the sky and grasp on either to the toes or the backs of the thighs. Happy baby pose. Just go real gentle this morning with your happy baby pose. Maybe even just a little kick out, back and forth. And just find some length. See what feels good. And then pause for a moment. Let the shoulders get nice and heavy. Just really feel that happy baby pose. Come into a little place of stillness. Then bring the feet together and just lift the feet up to the sky. Lift the feet up to the sky. Let's go ahead and gaze at the toes. We're gonna inhale and point the toes, just very, very gently. It's a big stretch. And then exhale, flex the toes. Flex the feet. Inhale and point the toes. Go ahead and exhale and flex. One more time, same thing. Inhale and point. And exhale and flex. Let's come back into your happy baby pose. Just a little rock. And bring the feet together and bring the palms down the backs of the legs. And then go ahead, your choice. Either rock up to a seated position, kind of rock up and down if that feels good. Watch out, Petey. Or you can always just roll over to the side body and push your way up. Both are options. So just see what feels good to you. And then you can get on a blanket or a block or bolster. If that feels good to sit on something, a pillow, or you can just sit directly on your mat. So just see what feels good, but sometimes it feels a little nice to lift the hips up and kind of let the knees melt. So just a couple options. So just sit right here in your seated position and just close the eyes for a moment and vision just really lengthening through the crown of the head, almost like there was just a string right at the crown of the top of the head, just lifting you up. So lengthen through the spine. Let the shoulders really melt down. Just take a couple of breaths right here. Just keep the palms just right up on top of the thighs. Couple of breaths. That ujjayi breath, let's come back to that. That whisper tone. Still lengthening through the breath. So nice long inhalation, but even longer, slower exhalation. One more time. Really lift through the crown of the head and go ahead and just blink the eyes open. And let's go ahead, let's lift the palms up to the sky. Just breathe and go ahead and lift, nice big lift. And then exhale, let's go ahead and twist on over towards the right. Just your little gecko fingers, push them right behind us. Roll that shoulder up and back. Let the gaze come behind. Nice upper body twist. Always feels good, especially since we're on so much technology these days. Just really giving the upper body some love is nice. So go ahead and unwind, gaze forward to begin with, unwind through the belly. Just place the left hand down and reach that right hand up. Get a nice side body stretch. Nice side body stretch. And then just gently bring it back down, bring it back down. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. Up and back. Change direction. And then go ahead and just let the shoulders be. So again, the neck and the upper body is getting a lot of tension probably held in it these days. So let's give the neck a little bit of love. So let's go ahead and drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. And then take the left hand and actually just drop it right down by the side of the body so that shoulder really drops. And then even just push back slightly with the left shoulder. That's where you're really gonna feel that. So go really gentle here because it is a nice big stretch. Yeah, you can go ahead and grab the top of the head if that feels good. Even extra, but yeah, when you push that shoulder back, you really feel a nice stretch here. So go ahead and just gently make your way out of that. Just roll the shoulders a couple of times. Let's just pause, full breath in, lift through the belly. Let's go ahead and forward fold. Forward fold. Let the head go. And then walk it back up. Walk it back up. Just roll, stack the spine. And we're going to take the palms and we're going to place them behind us. And this time, let's take the fingers, and the fingers are going to be facing whatever's behind us. So just kind of push into the earth if that feels okay. Nice. And then as long as it feels okay, roll the shoulders back. Yes, beautiful. Nice work, Larry. See you over there. And go ahead, even just drop the head back a little bit if that feels okay. Pull the shoulder blades in. Get a nice stretch through the rests. And then pull the belly in. Slowly rise back up. Nice. And just roll it out a little bit. Roll it out again. Let's go ahead and change direction with the feet. So change the cross of the legs as long as it feels okay. For some of us, it might be really uncomfortable to do that. So if it feels okay. And again, sitting on a blanket or a bolster is really helpful for this. So let's take our twist to the opposite side. Let's lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe it in. Like a big ball of energy right there between the palms, and go ahead, twist over towards the left this time. Little fingertips into the earth, roll that left shoulder up and back. Really get a nice twist through that upper body. Nice twist through the neck. And then go ahead, bring the gaze forward to begin with, unwind through the belly. Nice. Plant the right hand, left hand lifts up. Go ahead, just nice, big stretch through that left hand side of the body. Bring it on down. Let's take those shoulders. Let's this time see if we can roll them the opposite direction. So bring them back behind us, lift them up and roll them forward. Just remember to keep breathing, keep that breath going. Very, very, very nice. And let's work on the neck on the opposite side. So bring the left ear this time over towards the left shoulder. This is my sweet spot right here. Bring the right hand down. So really lengthen and drop that right shoulder. And then push that right shoulder back a little bit. Really feel it. If you want even extra stretch, you can bring the left hand up on top of the head. Go very gently here though. Very, very, very gently. And then go ahead and release it. Just bring the head on up. Lift through the belly. Lift through the chest. Take your forward fold. Envision lengthening through the low back as we do this. Kind of gaze out in front of you, actually. Gaze out in front and then let the head go. Kind of getting a little miniature version of, my words are blanking right now, pigeon pose. So should feel kind of that stretch coming through whichever hip, whichever leg is in front. And then go ahead, rise it back up, roll back up, lift up with the crown of the head. Same thing, we're gonna do a little miniature back bend here. This time, see if we can put the fingers facing us. So just begin kind of with the fingertips and then begin to put the rest of the fingers on the earth behind us. Put the hands behind us all the way down. Nice, so you've got a little more stretch again through the wrists. Let the head drop back. Feel the shoulder blades come together. And then pull that belly in. Lift back up with the heart. Lift back up with the chest. Let the shoulders drop down. And let's just take a couple of rolls with the head actually right here. So you can keep the legs in a cross-legged position, or if it feels better just to stretch the legs out, that's great too. Whatever feels good to you, but let's just take a few little rolls with the neck. Again, a lot of quote unquote tech neck these days. So just some little half moons with the neck. Any of these neck stretches are nice just to do even throughout the day if you're having to work from home and sitting at a computer or whatnot. Go ahead and take that roll all the way around. All the way around. Maybe even change directions. Make sure it feels okay to you. And then when you're ready, just bring the head back up. And if the legs are still in a cross-legged position, we are going to stretch them out. If you already have them stretched out, then good for you. Again, if you want to, you can sit on a bolster or a blanket, whatever feels right. Go ahead and take a nice lift. You don't have to though necessarily, but kind of feels good to have the hips lifted. So go ahead and take a nice lift again through the belly, through the heart. Envision just a nice string coming through the crown of the head. Lift, 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 and just take a forward fold here. Go ahead and take a nice forward fold. So it is early in the morning, so it's a little bit of a big stretch, so to say. So just go really easy here. Same thing, just kind of envision lifting and lengthening through the low back. And then when you get to that sweet spot where you are folded where you want to be, just let the head go. And then gently, gently walk your way up, roll on up. And we're going to bring the feet behind us and just begin to get comfortable in a table pose. So open up the palms nice and wide. You can bring the knees, hips width distance apart, and then just begin to make some cat-cow movements. Just move at your own pace. Make those cat-cow movements. Just move with the breath. Let the breath ignite. Maybe even pause for a moment where it feels just extra great. Go ahead and just begin to move the hips in some circles. That feels good to you. Nice big circles with the hips. Make sure to go both directions on this. Just move in whichever way the spine is feeling this morning. Shoot the head out. Let's see what feels right. And then go ahead, pause for a moment, come back into your table pose. So just a neutral table pose. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Go ahead and just gently rock back and forth. So make sure this feels okay on the low back. Trust me, if you have any back issues, if something's out of whack, this could be a little much. So just go real gentle there as long as it feels okay. Then go ahead and round. So pull the belly in, let the head go. Same thing. This feels really nice generally. But again, just be mindful of how your body is feeling this morning and go with what feels right. Nice back and forth. And then go ahead and just begin to sink all the way back with this, all the way back down into a child's pose. And open up the knees nice and wide. If that feels good, you can kind of wiggle the belly if you've got one. Just down right between there. Let the forehead come down onto the mat. Open up the palms either nice and wide in front of you, or you can bring the arms by the sides of the body and palms facing up. So this is an option as well. Either way, just envision that upper back body really opening up here. Really envision the shoulder blades parting apart from one another. Let the shoulders sink down, be nice and heavy. Let's just take a couple of breaths right here. That ujjayi breath, that ocean-like sounding breath. And melt into the mat as we do this. Let go. One more breath, just right here in your child's pose. Just sink down even deeper. Just let it all go. And then let the chin be the last thing to lift. So almost tuck the chin a little bit. And we're going to just roll up one vertebrae at a time from here. One vertebrae at a time. Just rise back up. Take a pause for a moment. Just breathe. Then we're going to bring the palms back down, come back into table pose. Maybe a cat-cow for a moment. Just kind of come back to a neutral place. And then, so we're going to bring the back and body into that table, into a neutral place. And we're going to begin, we're going to actually step out with the right foot. So step out with the right foot. See if you can have the toes facing forward on the right foot. And then just gently walk up. Walk all the way up with the hands. Stack the spine. Very nice. We're going to lift the left hand up. So take a nice big stretch with the left hand side of the body. Nice big stretch. And then gently bring the palm down. Lift up with the right palm. Go ahead and lift all the way up. Really nice big stretch along that right hand side of the body. And then just gaze back down to the earth and windmill the hand down. Just go ahead and bring it all the way on down. We're going to slide that knee back in, bring the palms back into our table position. Take a cycle of cat-cow. Just breathe with it. Neutral position. Let's go ahead and work with the left hand side. So stepping all the way out with the left foot. Gently walk the palms up. Walk the palms up all the way up. Stack through the spine. Stack through the spine. Lift up this time with the right palm. Get a nice big stretch through that right hand side of the body. And then just gently bring the right hand down. All the way down. Lengthen through the left hand side of the body this time. Lift up with that left hand. Get some length. A lot of length through the left hand side of the body. And gaze down to the earth. Windmill that hand down. Windmill it all the way down. Plant the palms in front of us. Bring the knees back into table. Couple cat-cows. Looking good, everybody. And then go ahead and from your table pose, your choice. We can either just, oh, I'm sorry, Petey. I'll turn around, buddy. I apologize for that. So you can step back 1 foot at a time. Let that be one option to you if you'd like to. Just get those calves feeling nice and open. Oh, buddy. Or other option, just gently unfold into a nice downward facing dog. Palms open nice and wide. Envision the index fingers actually pointing straight up. So rather than the middle finger pointing straight up, index finger kind of points up, almost like a little bit of a turn with the palms if you're going into downward facing dog. Then go ahead and push into those fingers, into the palms. Walk your dog out. Envision the hips just lifting and pushing back towards the back wall in your house or wherever you're at. Whatever's behind you, I should say. And then gently just take your time and walk all the way to the front of your mat. And just get a nice forward fold. Nice forward fold. Let the head go. Let the head go. You can grasp onto opposite elbows if this feels good. You can keep a bend into the knees to begin with. And then if it feels good, just envision lifting up through the hips, lengthening through the back of the legs. Let the head go. A lot of length. And then a little bend into the knees. Let the elbows go if you have them grasped. Push into the feet. Push into the soles of the feet. Lift all the way up. Let the palms come up towards the sky. Gaze up towards the palms. Bring the palms to heart center. Very nice. So just find a nice comfortable stance right here. Palms and heart center. Close the eyes for a moment, as long as that feels okay for you. And envision lifting up through the soles of the feet. Just envision lifting through the soles of the feet. Come back to that breath, that Ujjayi pranayama breath. Blink the eyes open and go ahead and just lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe in, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, take a forward fold. Just move through some half sun salutations here. Bring the palms to the shins, lengthen through the back of the legs. Bring that gaze just a couple of feet maybe out in front of you, 1.5 feet, and then exhale. Back to that forward fold, let the gaze go, let the head go. Little bend into the knees, push into the feet, rise all the way up. All the way up. And let the palms come through to heart center. One more time, exactly like this. Lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Bring it on down. Palms to the shins. Push those shoulders back, lengthen through the back of the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Push into the feet, flat back, lift all the way up. Breathe in, bring the gaze up towards the sky. Bring the palms through the heart center. Very nice. Just take a full breath right here. Exhale, let it go. And let's add on just a little bit to our sun salutations. So lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe it in. And exhale, take a forward fold. Bring the palms to the shins. Find that nice length through the back body, and then exhale, forward fold. This time, we're going to step back with the left foot. Go ahead and just keep the right foot forward. Find that lunge. Bring that left knee down onto the earth. You can put a blanket underneath it. You can flip your mat. That's always the easiest way to do it. Come into that nice low lunge right here. And then go ahead, lift up. So ankle and knee should be in line. Pull back through that right hip. You can gaze forward. You can gaze to the sky. You can even bring the hands up to the sky and just let the shoulders melt down. Take a breath here if you'd like to. Grasp onto opposite elbows. And really lift and lengthen through the back body. It feels really nice with the shoulders. And then release them. Go ahead and bring the palms down onto the earth. Sink back. I point that right toe at first. Get a stretch through the top of the right foot, and then peel up with that right toe. Lengthen and lift. And then exhale, take a forward fold. Let it go. And then go ahead, sink back into that right foot. Tuck with the left toe, lift up with the left knee. Your choice. If it feels okay, lift that right hand up to the sky. You can always bring the knee down if you need to, but just lift up. And then go ahead, bring that palm down. See if we can step back with the right foot. Bring the knees down onto the earth. Untuck the toes. Go ahead and bring the chest all the way down. Lengthen through the body. And just shake the hips out. Shake them back and forth. Back and forth. Lengthen through the back of the neck. So we're just still kind of gazing down at the earth. Pull the palms so that they're underneath your shoulders. Get a little bit of a lift right here. Then exhale, go ahead and bring it on down. Let's go ahead and push back up into table. And then your choice, either down dog or stay right there in table. And let's make our way to the front of the mat. All the way to the front of the mat. Just bring the palms up towards the shins. Nice little lift. And then exhale back into your fold. Push into the feet and rise all the way up. All the way up. And bring the palms to heart center. And then so let's go ahead. We're going to do a little balancing here. So let's bring the weight into the right foot. So we're going to bring the weight into the right foot. We're going to lift up with the left foot. So a couple of options here. You can either just have a little kickstand with the foot. You can bring it onto the inside of the calf, or you can get really creative and onto the inside of the thigh. Just make sure that you're not on the inside of the knee. That is the no-go spot. Don't want to cause any injury. And then just find a still point out in front of you. You can bring the palms either to heart center if you'd like to, or maybe open up and become whatever tree you would like to be this morning. And let the shoulders drop a little bit. Just find stillness right here. Just take a breath. Bring the palms back down to heart center. Just release that foot and walk it out a little bit. Back to the front of your mat if you're not there. So one thing you can do with the balance poses, especially at home, which is nice, if you're having a little bit of a hard time balancing, just grab onto a wall. You can do this in a studio also. Grab onto whatever you need to help you balance. So go ahead, lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe in. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and take that forward fold. Bring the palms to the shins. Find that length through the back of the legs. Exhale, forward fold, step back this time with the left foot. Keep the right foot forward. Let's step, nope. Keep the left foot forward. Let's step back with the right foot. The opposite one from what we did. So left foot forward, right foot back. Sorry, you guys. Just making sure everybody's there. Yes, Petey. Yes, they're there. Petey's checking too. It's okay, big guy. Okay, so we've got that left foot forward. We've got the right leg behind us. You can bring the right knee down, Petey. Bring the palms up to the thighs. Pull that hip back just a little bit. And then lift up with the palms if that feels good. You can grasp onto opposite elbows. Really get a nice lift here. Breathe it in. Beautiful. And then exhale. Bring the palms on down to the earth. Let's sink back. Stretch through the top of that foot to begin with. Then peel the toes up. Lengthen through the back body. Exhale into your fold. And go ahead and bring that foot back down to the earth. Tuck through the right toes this time. Lift up with the right knee. Keep the right palm planted. And then lift up with the left if that feels okay. So if you have a block or any kind of prop even, this is a nice place to use it, to bring it underneath the hand. But just an option here. This is probably the trickiest pose we will do in this class. I guarantee it is. So go ahead from here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna step actually all the way up to the front of the mat this time. Step all the way up. Just come into that forward fold. A little bend into the knees. Rise all the way up. Bring the palms to heart center. And it's time for our tree pose on this side of the body. So we're gonna place the weight this time into the left foot and we'll be lifting up with the right. So either a little kickstand is perfect for this. Just use that dristy, the gazing point. Just that's what's gonna hold you still. You can either have it right out in front of you or maybe down towards the earth, just a couple of feet out in front of you. So your choice, either on the inside of the ankle, on the inside of the calf, or on the inside of the thigh. And then maybe go ahead and open up with the palms. Just do what feels good here for you this morning. Maybe you're bending with the wind. Just become whatever tree you'd like. And go ahead. I'm gonna gently bring it back on down. Just kind of tread those knees out a little bit. We're just gonna move through one more sun salutation just to make our way back onto the earth. So lift the palms, lift the gaze, breathe in, and exhale, forward fold. Bring the palms to the shins, lengthen through the back body, and bring the palms down, bend through the knees, just step back, one foot at a time. You can come into down dog, you can move through a vinyasa if that feels good to you. We can just bring the knees right on down to the earth and sink back into child's pose. Take a breath right here. And then roll up. Just roll on up. Take your time, and we're going to make our way onto the back body. So get comfortable and have your blanket handy, whatever you need to be comfortable on the back body. And just bring it on down. Let's go ahead and give those hips a little extra stretch this morning. Next week, I promise we will go through pigeon pose for the pigeon lovers. But this morning we will just commence with a little reclined pigeon. So cross that right foot up and over the top of the left thigh. Reach through, grasp onto the back of the left thigh. Roll the right ankle a few times to the right. Excuse me, left ankle a few times to the right. A few times to the left. Lift it up. So one nice stretch you can do, if you keep that right foot exactly where it's at, put the left foot back down, walk the left foot kind of over towards the left-hand side of your mat, and let both knees fall to the right. Get a nice stretch through that quadricep. You can just let the foot slip off and windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Let's go ahead with the opposite side. So cross the left foot up and over the top of the right thigh. Reach through, grasp onto the back of that right thigh. And maybe roll that right foot a few times. Roll the ankle, spread the toes, see what feels good here. And then bring that foot down. And again, keep the left foot where it's at, keep it crossed over, but walk the right foot over towards the right. And then both knees fall to the left. And get a nice stretch through the quadriceps, through the hip. You can go ahead and let that knee slide off and windshield wiper the knees back and forth a little bit. And take your time. We're going to make our way into our final pose, our Savasana. Anything that the body might be craving, though, go ahead and take it. Take your time. If you want to do a little Supta Baddha Konasana before making your way into Savasana, that's great. Bridge or shoulder stand plow, anything at all. Yogi's choice, to see what the body is asking for this morning. But then take your time, get as comfortable as possible. Open up the arms. You can do your Savasana up against a wall too, which is wonderful. And just bring the legs up against a wall and stay nice and comfortable, having a cushion underneath the head. So let that be an option as well to you. But go ahead and just close the eyes and come back to the breath. Notice it, just let it sweep through the body once again. And then just let the breath go. Just don't even worry about concentrating on the breath. Feel the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Feel the eyes soften. Feel everything soften. Just let go. Just let yourself stay here as long as you like in this Savasana. Just really absorbing the benefits of our practice. Just calming the mind and calming the body for your day. I will leave you here in Savasana. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's an honor practicing with you in your homes.